Hello folks, this is Steve AB4EL. It was 80 something today, high 80s Fahrenheit. Still have the window open. You'll hear the traffic. Now, you know, nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. And I go to this website every day because I want to see what the hackers are up to. So I was on my other machine. This is the way it always starts. I'm on the other machine. And something happened. Let's see if we can reproduce it. I thought it was interesting. So it had to do with this second article right here. New Stagano Armor, it's the name of a hack group, attacks use steganography, can you say that word, to target 320 organizations globally. So the first thing I did was remind myself what that highfalutin word means. It's the practice of representing information within another message or physical object in such a manner that the presence of the information is not evident to human inspection. The article will show how they did it. A new campaign conducted by the TA558 hacking group is concealing malicious code inside images. All right. When I go to this website, the first thing that downloads is the source page. This stuff. Now, if I were to scroll just a little bit, yeah, like this one right here. This is a URL pointing to a picture. There it is. So your browser, when you go to a web page that has any kind of illustrations of any kind, the browser then goes and gets them as it tries to organize the rendering of the page so you can read it and see it. And somehow inside of images is bad stuff. Stenography, how do they say it? So the article shows an illustration of a typical web page where this is happening. And the way you get to them apparently is that the bad boys have hacked into seemingly innocent web servers or mail servers, and they send you an email and you click on a link. And it goes to get that page with the bad images in it. Pardon me. It's still high pollen. Then the article goes on to show you how the bad thing was disguised in a downloaded page. The detail doesn't matter. Malicious code inside of text file source. So this picture that they're showing us is from somebody called Positive Technologies. Positive Technologies has observed several variants of the attack chain, delivering a diverse array of malware families, including, and then they, all right. So near the beginning of the article, it's in this paragraph right here. The group's latest campaign, dubbed Stagnago Armor, due to extensive use of blah, 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 was uncovered by Positive Technologies. And I highlighted it just like that. And I asked Google search about it. And there it is. There's Positive Technologies, Products and Solutions, Secure Development, Industrial Network Security, Infrastructure Security. I'm not promoting anything, just reading it. So Google knows who that was, and that sounds like the actual site. And you can see that up here, it's ptsecurity.com. Now, just because somebody has the same human-readable title, Positive Technologies, doesn't mean it's the place that the article's talking about as their source. Here's Positech. See, look at this. Positech, I didn't scroll down before. I just told you that there could be multiple, and here's one, Positive Technologies Incorporated, a manufacturer and wholesaler of electrical connectors and fasteners for the professional tradesman. That doesn't sound like what we want. And that one is posit-tech.com. But then it says PT Security About Us. But here's one called positivetechnology.com. This is the first time I'm actually doing this. Positivetechnology.com, which is not the same URL as the first one that they listed. But it sounds like the fastest revenue retail point of sale, POS, point of sale. Now that doesn't sound like it. And that same one is on LinkedIn and Crunchbase. It's got a company profile, and it's talking about the cybersecurity companies. All right, so there's possible confusion. So we go back here, and one of the things I always look for is that they usually, on Bleeping Computer, have at least one link back to the originator's website, usually the blog page where they're telling the world about this stuff that they're regurgitating, that Bleeping Computer is regurgitating. Bleeping Computer is a concentrator. It grabs them from all over if it thinks it would be of interest, and so there's a single place I can go to. So down here at the bottom of the article, I got to find it. Oh, wait a minute. Now I have to do this because I may be able to spot it better. Where was the link back to Positive Technologies? I have a reason why I want it. Oh, here it is. The very last sentence of the article. A complete list of the indicators of compromise is available at the bottom of the report. And the report has a blue color, which means it's a link. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click and I'm going to say copy link address. Now, I'm going through this for a reason. It's to educate you. It's this big, long URL. But the part we want to see is right here. But you can't see it. So I go into here and I say, jump the font up to 32. And it's what we saw in the first Google search return, www.ptsecurity.com. Now I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. But before I do, I'm teaching you. Extensions, manage extensions. I'm going to turn on developer mode. You see that it changed. I have a bunch of extensions. And one of the things in developer mode permits me to click on update, and the browser on this page that lists all the extensions that my browser has that are active will check to see if each of them is the most up-to-date available version. Now, why would I do that? Click. Updating. Can you see it down there? Extensions updated. Why would I do that? To protect myself. Because some of these extensions are security protectors, which is what we're talking about anyway. Now watch the reason why I'm doing this episode. Here's the article I was reading from. There's the link, and I'm going to click on it. Is that the page it was pointing to? No. No, it isn't. This is in. Put on the brakes! Put on the brakes just a minute there. Malwarebytes Browser Guard extension has a list of places you probably shouldn't go to, in their opinion. Website blocked due to riskware. Website blocked, www.ptsecurity.com. That's the one. And it's talking about some kind of riskware. I have no idea what that is. April 23rd, I just did a Google search on it. I haven't done this before. Website blocked due to riskware. This is on the Malwarebytes forum. What's the date of this? April 23rd, 2023. And here's one website. It keeps going. Riskware keeps popping up March 4th. So this is not something unusual. So Malwarebytes, for whatever reason, thinks that I shouldn't go to PT Security, and in the extension they have a list of places that if you form a URL to go there, they're watching what you're doing. That's why I have the extension activated. And they say, stop for a moment. We don't think that's a good place to go. They didn't let the request actually go there yet. They're asking me, are you sure you want to do that? We strongly recommend you do not continue. You may be putting your safety at risk by visiting the site. For more information, visit Malwarebytes. Now, I can go back. I can continue to the website. I can even say, do not block this site. I can override the list, and it'll respect that. What would you do? What would you do? And what am I going to do? Now, let's think about it. I'm talking about this article. Whoop. I'm talking about this article on Bleeping Computer. They went there. They included stuff they downloaded from there, and they put a link to it. Whom do I trust? Bleeping Computer or Malwarebytes? Now, one of the things that the article is about is riskware in a certain sense. riskware, meaning, riskware, Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes use the detection name riskware to apply to a, first time I'm reading it, unless I've read it years ago, to a category of programs or applications that puts the user at risk in some way. That doesn't sound like it's very detailed. Programs might be because they violate the terms of service of other software or user program, block another application or software from being updated or patched, might be illegal use of a user's country, could be used as a backdoor for other malware. Oh, isn't that what the article's about? Oh, go read about this thing we found, and it's actually the way it's going to get into my computer when I click on the picture? I don't know. See why I'm doing this? Now, I'm going to extend this all the way out, and I haven't done this in a long time. Virus Total. It's owned by Google. It has lots of cooperators since they bought it from some, I think, Spanish company more than 10 years ago. We go to Virus Total, which is a Google company. We say URL, and we paste that link in that we got from the article, and we hit enter. They've changed their interface. Now this is black. Analysis in progress. So the web page that I clicked on that Malwarebytes doesn't want me to go to has just been actively analyzed right now by now there's a bunch of them that didn't bother to participate or do not want to offer their opinion. That's these right here. But everybody else, now there's it's a double column. There's a list on this side, but there's a list of, so I want you to see how many are saying clean. So what would you do? They just went there. Their computers did, not a person. This is the first time anybody has actually asked them to analyze that page. That's what this says right here. It's definitely a 200 code. They say no problem. What do you think I should do? What would you do? Shall I risk it, or should I pay attention to Malwarebytes? What would you do? Continue to the website. I'm going to do a security scan of my computer when I finish this article, this episode. It's the Positive Technologies website. It has basically the same title as we're seeing in the article I was reading. It gets down to specifics that are technical. And it's a very detailed article. And we can see that was from this website, and that was from this website. And these people wouldn't mind if Bleeping Computer does something like that. It's advertising them. A wider world gets to know who they are. Now, just because I'm scrolling down on this, you can see it's very long and detailed. Okay? Am I infected with something? Well, I'm going to do a full scan when I finish this. But the point is that I went to Virus Total, which is this, and they went before I did, and however all these different, pardon me, all these different, they have different ways of analyzing it, and they all came up with clean, and there was not even one that said, watch out. I've had it where everybody said clean and one said, watch out. If I'd had even one, I wouldn't have clicked on it. And that's why I wanted to make this episode. I'm reading this. It's being written up by this guy here who is, as far as I know, not an American. Bill Toulas. He's one of the regular contributors on Bleeping Computer. Here's his LinkedIn. He wants you to see it. He's on the island of Cyprus. Didn't I say he wasn't in the United States? He's not an American? I already knew that just from his name and having seen his face before. A lot of the people who write are not, these things, are not in the United States. He's got it right there. He's on the island of Cyprus. You do know where that is, don't you? Cyprus is east of Lebanon and Israel, right? Right? Cyprus is a divided island, correct? What two governments does it have formally and informally? What two countries are involved? Do you remember history? Are you old enough to remember what happened 50 years ago? Or did I say 50 years ago? Invasion of, I didn't look this up ahead. I listened to it on the BBC from Israel. Invasion of Cyprus. Oh, look at this. There was an invasion of Cyprus in 1426. There was the German invasion of Cyprus. And then it says here, Turkish invasion of Cyprus British bases. When I was listening to it, Cardinal Makarios fled to a British base to escape capture by the Turkish invaders. Wikipedia. Now this is off the topic, but I want you to know what kind of person you're dealing with. Every time I look at something, my mind wanders. Turkish invasion of Cyprus. Wikipedia. This article is about the 1974 Turkish invasion. For the 1570 Ottoman conquest, they have a different article. For the Operation Attila during the Second World War, that's another article. But I'm talking about the Turkish invasion of Cyprus began on 20 July 1974 and progressed in two phases over the following month, taking place upon the background of communal violence between the Greek and Turkish Cypriots in response to a Greek junta-sponsored Cypriot coup d'etat 5 days earlier. It had to do with overthrowing an election, Cardinal Makarios. It led to the Turkish capture and occupation of the northern part of the island. Didn't I say it was a divided island? See how I remember that? Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. The coup was ordered by the military junta in Greece and staged by the Cypriot National Guard, mainly Greek, of course, in conjunction with a certain paramilitary underground, I forget the general's name, he was being hunted. It deposed Cypriot President Archbishop Makarios III. Did I remember his name after 50 years? 1974, 2024. Can you do the arithmetic? Can you do the arithmetic? Why would I be so quick to know it was 50 years? Oh, the October War of 1973, the October War of 2023 is 50 years. I already knew that. And they installed Nicholas Samson, Sampson. What was the name of the Greek passenger liner that I sailed on twice, once from Beirut to Naples and another time from Naples to Haifa, Israel, the Samson? Who do you think they're referring to when they say Samson? Book of Judges, chapter 13, 14, 15. You know your Old Testament, right? Do I think he's Greek or do I think he's Turkish? Greek. So we know which part of the island he lives on. I'm just giving you some background, folks. Okay? He's a smart guy. I've read a lot of his articles. So the thing is, I've got something, an extension in my browser that tries to keep me safe. I went against it on its better judgment by going to VirusTotal. Is VirusTotal always right? No. Am I going to do a full scan as soon as I say goodbye to you? Yes. Steve AB4L. That looks like my twin. Saying see you in 73.